Hi, boy. Wow, what's happening? Here, let's see. Hi everybody. How you doing? Thanks for being here. Another, chill session. Hang out with me, and our people. This might be too close. Okay, a bit there. Hello. Are you guys able to hear? Oh, thank you so much. Jesus. Oh my God, I'm dropping my water. I'm all nervous and ooh, I'm on stage. So good. Oh my God, so much has been happening. I tell you, they gonna keep me busy. If you want to start a reaction channel, man, trust me, y'all have enough stuff to talk about. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna be straight. Y'all gonna be straight. Let me see what y'all saying. Um, Nice to see everybody. Nice to catch up. Have a good time with y'all. Shout out to the members. Uh, Member Texas uh, Flower, salute to you. Hit the like button as you come in. Thank you so much. That's so sweet. Um, that's what's up. Miss Marianne, how you doing? Um, let's see. We have Bridget here. Let me make sure I can see everything. Hello, Sharon. Glad to see y'all. She said, um, make sure I see everything. Um, Somebody say, yay. That's what's up. Let me see. It's a little delayed on my end. Tippy 8437. Tip 8437. My bad. So there's so much. There's so much going on. Like people be doing stuff. You get me? We always have stuff, something to talk about because people stay doing mad stuff. Like sit down somewhere, just do positivity or whatever. Let me put all the information in the chat. Thank you for supporting this journey, and I'm glad to share, for us to interact and our opinions on some of this matter, like-minded people, because we're a dying breed, and I'm gonna say that, looking at some of these reactors reacting to a lot of stuff that's going on. We're a dying breed. People that think, like-minded folks like us. Um, we're not a dime a dozen. It's crazy. All right, so here's our information. Here's the channel's information. Um, if you would like to support, that's our Cash App. If you want to join the membership, I try to be intentional and find, unreleased tracks and put them up. Not spamming, putting up so many at a time. I gotta follow. I gotta kind of walk on eggshells a little bit with, um, YouTube, and some of it gets blocked, so I'm not able to put all of the ones that I have. I have a small arsenal of unreleased tracks. I personally have about 70 to 100 tracks that have access to, or and more actually, because I just can't fit it in my hard drive. You know, but people think I have Kendrick's hard drive. Respectfully, so good. So these are some of the topics that we have. We have even more topics than 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 I was able to put on the title, of course, because like I said, people be doing stuff. We have TDE met with J. Cole. Hmm. Like I said, there's some differences between PG Lang and TDE. So I'm gonna say that I love your shorts. They are awesome. Chef's kiss. Thank you so much, Sharon. Yeah, I'm very, as I've said before, in some of my lives, I'm very intentional when I do a shorts. I don't just put everything, anything. If I put up something silly, it's because I find it funny or I feel like somebody can use a smile. Um, I'm very intentional. I try to tell a story. I like to, when you watch the shorts and you don't know what the hell it was about. So it's like, okay, if I'm gonna talk about someone, like when I introduced Scotch Bridgeway, and people like, who the heck is that? I keep seeing him with pictures with Kendrick or Baby Keem. Who the heck? So I told the story. I put some stuff, so it's like a little mini movie. So by the time a lot of people say, "Oh, I learned something from." I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't know they were cousins. Like Yara Shadira. Oh, I didn't know that was Nas's cousin. So I try to put as much information. Um, so and also music. There's so much music that I have, and so many unsigned hype, and so many people that are talented that I know that I have, access to, or I just, I discover. I love discovering talent. So I think of everything. I'm like, it's like a studio session. I hear the beat and then I get inspired. Like, okay, when I hear music, I see a story. So that's what I do. When I hear music, I hear a beat, I hear a song. I first usually start with a song or a purpose. Like, okay, I got to talk about J. Cole. I just uploaded that nonsense, and I was just being silly because I don't take him seriously. I got a whole J. Cole page here. Um, my sense of humor, yeah, it's different. It's not for the faint of heart. And I do, and you know what, little old me is more daring than some of these, million subscribers or 5 million subscribers or 3 million subscribers. Content creators. I'll say what they don't dare to say because it's like I move like I got nothing to lose. What's the worst that could happen? I could, do this or have a bunch of channels. The choice is mine, and I started this channel because that's my passion. I love to share music and hip hop, and I study lyrics. I'm a writer. I do a lot of stuff, poetry, etc. So I wanted to do something that I didn't see. I don't see too many people giving honest opinions. I see a bunch of compromised people. I see people not putting good music out. And so my channel's for people that like good music, like information, like keeping it real with what you see. So some of the topics we have today, TDE and J. Cole met. When I saw that picture, I didn't even want to upload. Let me tell you something. I'm aware of everything, of most things. I may, miss something, and y'all could tell me like, "Hey, this happened. Do you have information? Are you gonna put a content on this?" Like, if I miss something, just let me know. Leave it in the comment, etc. And I'll be like, "Oh, what? This is going on? All right, let me look for it. Let me, put a content on together. Let me put an edit. Let me put a video reaction." So it's a lot that I do. Because a lot of reactors, they don't make edits. So I'm like, I'm doing triple the amount of work because I create, little movies and stuff. Another topic is AbSoul and AZ Chike were in the studio. Check out the shorts that I did on that. There's some pictures. They were in the studio. They're cooking something. I also was live with AZ Chike. I'm gonna put that in the members lounge with that live because y'all could see what I was typing, and I was like, kept asking him questions like, yo, this and that. And he was talking about his album and what the process is, why he's waiting. Um because in his opinion it's done, but the label's like, no, we need to do this, we need to do that. I guess they're planning a cohesive thing or whatever. So not like PG Lang, but they're trying to do their best. We also I have in the topic, which I did a whole edit on Rihanna and the shooting that happened, and I couldn't bring myself to upload it. It was so weird. The person that, the accused shooter, I have videos on her and what she was saying, and it was just like repulsive. I couldn't. I'm sitting on the edit and I couldn't put it up. So, but we're gonna discuss what happened for the people that don't know. And yes, she was home. ASAP Rocky was home. We have also Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan and Miles Caton that won um, many awards and won their first Oscar. I have Drake in the smear campaign situation. I don't know if y'all heard about that. I'll just give you like fun facts. It's like what you miss in hip hop. I got you. Little fun facts. And Mr. Baby Keem is gonna keep us in anxiety. This dude be popping out like I don't know, like a jack in the box. This dude be popping out like crazy. Um, Jesus, like he did two pop outs 2 days ago. He popped out in LA in the middle of a highway. I kid you not, with Adidas. He's one of he's sponsored by Adidas. He has that endorsement. So, and I know PG Lang has something to do with the creativity of let's do it in PG Lang. If you're not convinced that they are a creative force, they are like nobody else. Like they are not normal. Their creativity is not normal. They're out of this planet. Forget about outside the box. So we're gonna talk about that. The tour coming up, the interview that he had. Baby Keem had an interview. Mr. J. Cole. J. Cole is such a headache for me. Like, I just can't. Um, we're gonna talk about J. Cole. He had an interview by the same person that interviewed Baby Keem, because she's docile and safe, I suppose. Um, and she interviewed Kendrick for the Apple music halftime show situation. J. Cole had an interview and he put out uh what I call a diss track or a song with by Mike Will Made It or whatever. Smack threatened to slap or whatever Drake. It's a lot of fun stuff. So, but let's begin with TDE. So TDE met with J Cole, and the picture looked uncomfortable. If y'all want to look at it online, I could upload it. I wasn't motivated enough to, because a lot of people saying that it's tight lip what they met about. So it's like, I don't even know what y'all meeting about. And they're saying, but they are saying, some sources, and from my research, they're saying that there was some tension or some disagreements or something, and I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know, because I don't know if he is working with AbSoul, on another song. I don't know what the end game is, but TDE also invited Snoop to the Christmas uh, show, and that I don't think Kendrick would do that. Oh, I don't know. I think Kendrick might be neutral with Snoop, but it is what it is. So nothing came of that. But when I get more information, I'll let y'all know. But it was crazy. It was weird, and they posted a picture on it. It was in different time, people's stories, etc. We also have Rihanna. So that was no. Next is Absol and Az Chike. Now this I'm excited about. Az Chike and Absol were in a studio, and they're definitely cooking something. They're definitely, it looked good. It looked like people are mixing stuff. It looks like something great is gonna come out of it. So thank you for the floating hearts and the jewel, Miss Marianne. By the way, I see it now. So we'll see what happens with that. I think that Az Chike, according to what he was saying, is that he's missing some missing pieces in his album. The album's missing a few little things, like they want it to be correct. I hope he has a good body of music that is varied, that is saying something positive, or just have substance. Even though I know how he likes to talk about, he likes to be, sexual, flirty, but he has to have, some a variety. He has to have meaningful songs. So I hope that his album is cool. I'm expecting it is. Pharrell helped him with the album, so it should be all right. Okay, so Rihanna, what happened with Rihanna? This week that Rihanna, there was a shootout at Rihanna's home at 1:15 in the afternoon, and this crazy lady, Ivana Lizette Ortiz. This was a female. A female had let me see what is saying here. This was crazy. Um, she had it was in Beverly Hills home, because they also be staying in like Harlem. So She had a semi-automatic rifle, yo. She had a semi-automatic rifle. Um, she was held on bail for 1.87 million. Now, here's the thing: the videos that I had that I was gonna upload, she is been talking crazy for years. She got like mad beef. She's like psychotic. She was just like, Rhianna, stop bothering me. Your head bothers me. Your eyes bother me. She is detached from reality. She's psychotic. She also had videos on Cardi B also. Um, so when the shootout happened, I'm not sure if the kids were home because I was trying to research that and they didn't specify. I believe that they were. ASAP Rocky was at the house, and this shootout just happened. It hit the gate. It hit a wall of the house. Um, I think the garage or whatever, and it was crazy. Um, I think it was caught on video as well because they have and the person drove off. Someone called 911 and they went to a local mall like chilling. You know, they didn't even drive off, in the highway or whatever. They just went to a mall. And 30 minutes later they caught this girl. There were bullets in all over like on the gates, on the floor. She had gotten in trouble in 2013, 2021 for different crimes. She had done different crimes, but there's about a lot of speculation and a lot of people saying a bunch of stuff like so this was planned. Someone sent her, like someone that's higher up must have sent her. I don't know. I think she's just crazy, but who knows? So we'll see, how that goes. But she's not going anywhere. The day after it happened, um, Rihanna, you can see it in the news. She literally had like 20 suitcases and she hauled ass. She left. I don't know if she's in Harlem. She's probably in Harlem or whatever. But thank goodness nobody was harmed because that could have had a terrible. Imagine she's just minding her business, doing her job. She is non-confrontational. Rihanna be staying out the way. So I don't understand, what that was all about. That was just crazy. Um, okay, so the next thing that we have um is Ryan Coogler and Michael B. Jordan winning the Oscar. Now, that was great. That was a fantastic moment. They're only two of, I think, six or seven black male Oscar winners. And so they're in a very elite class. And so I'm proud of that. I'm proud that everybody was very happy for Michael B. Jordan. He was caught hugging Leonardo DiCaprio. Was like all some other lady. I don't know her name, but they were just like, and he went to In and Out Burger right after. I don't know. Are they saying that's a tradition or whatever? But he looked hungry as heck. I don't think they feed him or they don't feed him good food at the Oscars. That food must be trash. But either way, there was an altercation that happened at the Oscars. Justin Bieber and Usher got into a serious argument, shouting match, and there's pictures all over online where Justin Bieber's like almost hitting uh, Usher or just like tapping him. You get me? Like he's really was pissed off. There's a lot of negative history with Justin and Usher because of the Puff Daddy situation. Usher was kind of like help raising him. It was just a hot mess. Justin has been exposed to a bunch of stuff, a bunch of things that he's seen that I don't even want to talk. He was only a child. I feel like he was exposed to things that he wasn't supposed to see or do. I'm gonna just leave it at that. If you know, you know. So, um, then what something that's going viral is Tiana Taylor. I like Tiana Taylor. She's cool. I remember her from My Super 16. She's been around money, successful or whatever, parents or mom, but lately there's been some controversy with her because she's like winning awards Emmys or whatever. She's winning like a bunch of awards, and you have people like Angela Bassett and other great actresses that are not nominated or have not won, like Oscars, have not won, and they are respectfully way better actresses. So, and she's just moving kind of weird. I guess people finding it. She's like she was with Aaron Pierre. That looked like a PR stunt. And she's with this one, with that one, and she's in a bunch of upcoming projects. I don't know. I think it's cool, but it's going. And then she had an argument. She had an altercation herself at the Oscars. Um, she said somebody pushed or touched her or something, and she pretty much blacked out a little bit, And you could check out the video. I definitely was not uploading that, but you could check it out. Um, so she, that it was a lot of behind the scenes that happened at the Oscars. It was a bunch of nonsense. So I don't even know. Um, so okay. Um, by the way, another topic that I'm gonna include is Damani. Damani, Mr. Damani did I uploaded it. He did a visualization, like he did a cover for Miss Jackson, the art cover for Miss Jackson, and now his music is moving. It's moving fast, like he needs to do a project or an album. If he has enough songs, he needs to capitalize on this moment, go on tour. People want to see him. He needs to really showcase his skills. When you got like viral attention, you got to capitalize. You got to keep your foot on the gas. And so I don't know what he's doing. He's putting out a lot of stuff on Instagram. He's uploading a lot of old songs and some new stuff, a few new stuff, but mostly old projects. And he's just putting out a lot of stuff. So I love his voice. I hope he, you know, gets I hope he takes advantage of this moment. I'm glad that they stopped doing all these diss tracks because it's like beating a dead horse. Um, by the way, 50 Cent put out a video and another diss track, which sounds to me, I'm gonna be honest, I think that's like his old, when 50 Cent was in his prime. It sounds old, and he might have fixed a little something, my opinion. Um, and he made himself as Thanos, and that's a poor choice. You're gonna pick Thanos. Thanos dies at the end, so it is what it is. So I don't even know. But he made a little video, music video, whatever, of him being Thanos, etc., and putting Ti as I don't remember the characters, but he was doing the most. It sounds okay, but Damani had the best diss track to me. I think Papoose was very strong. He's a good rapper. I don't know what Papoose is doing. Like, I don't know if he's putting out projects. Like, I don't understand um what he's doing. I don't know, if y'all know a little bit more about what Papoose is doing, because he got skills, but he ain't doing too much. Like, I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know what's going on with him. So, and that's another one that needs to capitalize because Joey Badass, all those people, they didn't really capitalize off of all those beef that they had, and I think those were PR stunts or promoting their album, but it didn't. It was like to no avail, and I don't even know like what Rayvon is doing. Rayvon needs to take advantage of this moment too. But he was signed to, he had a deal or something. He was signed to a music label or something. Um, but he needs to capitalize. Yeah, I think I'm rooting for Damani. Damani is my guy. I freaking love that dude. I love his vibe. I love his like gentle voice. I love how romantic he is. You'll go through his discography and his videos, and I love that he loves all kinds of women and melanated. He be putting a lot of melanated sisters in his videos. Is very beautiful. He's very like old school romance, and some of his old songs. Like I was listening today to "I'm Not Ready" when he did it like 5 years ago, 4 years ago. He was talking in the video. The music video was beautiful. It was like he met an older girl that had herself together. They really connected, but he was too young and he was honest. He was like, "I'm not ready," which is a green flag, someone that could be honest. So I'm really hoping that he capitalized. I hope he's cooking up a plan. I hope he's PG Langing this thing, where he's just like, okay, let's do a master plan. Let's plan a tour. Even if it's I think he has an EP, with the EP or whatever. Let's do this. Let's do take write down. Domani, if you're listening to me, I want to work with you. I want to interview you on my, humble little channel. I'm gonna try to make that happen. I'm gonna cook that up in the background. Subscribers and members, I've been working on that. I've been working, uploading, but I'll be trying to cook. I'm trying to shoot my shot, with some honey, because I'm like, he might, or I'm working on a few people. I'm talking, I have little tiny conversations with Kendrick Security, so they can come on here, tell stories, etc. So let's see where it goes. I don't mind collaborating, but I'm very picky of who I collaborate with. There's only a handful of content creators that align with how I think, because I don't want to bring someone here and it's like we just disagreeing for the whole time. I like people that have a great sense of humor. I like people that are chill. So I'm trying to cook that. So Domani, if you hear this or if you see this, because I'll be tagging you in a lot of videos. I'm uploading a lot of your stuff. If we would love to interview you, right, chat? We would love to interview you, for you to come here and for us to, talk to you. But I'll be uploading some more interviews of him. There's an interview that I have to upload about how his father felt about his music and everything. And if you watch The Family Hustle, if you ever watched it, his father kept threatening him. This pissed me off. Tip kept threatening him like, "You not getting no studio time." Every time that little boy messed up or did something or got into trouble, the father was like, "You're not um getting no studio time." Oh my God. Speaking of the devil, Eric, how you doing? Yes, I just got done saying, I don't know if you heard, that I don't collaborate with that many people. I've been approached with a couple people, but I don't resonate with them. I'd rather not collaborate with anyone than it's somebody that I don't resonate with. So, and we might be cooking something up again to talk about topics, more like the first time we had Eric and Eric. I'm saying this publicly. Thank you for being here. I love your energy. And thank you again for being my first collaborator on this channel. Um, I want to bring people. Like I said, I'm trying to see if Domani can come up. But I would love to work with, of course, Eric and I will probably gonna work again to do reactions and hip hop conversations about all the stuff that's going on. Um, yeah, he's with it. He's with it. All right, that's what's up. Perfect. Perfect. I love to see it. So, we were talking about that, you know. Unfortunately, my next topic, Eric, is Drake and the smear campaign that he's involved with. Thank you. I love your community. Yeah, we're very chill. Like, it's very relaxing. The stuff you like, Eric. You know how we both love, like, just centering our chakras, just chilling, but standing on business. By the way, Eric, I'll be seeing you stand on business. You're too funny when you just be like, I don't care. If you're not gonna respect me, you be taking you be handling business. Sensitive savage, style. So I love it. I love it so much. Yes, absolutely. We can do that. Yeah, I'd rather just be with the same type of person and collaborate 50 times with the same type of person, because I'm very careful with who I, mix my energy with, believe it or not. It's not being conceited or anything. It's just that not everybody deserves your time, or you don't know what you could be doing in your community. You could bring some food, and we've seen it. We've seen it. You know what I'm talking about, when they have a bunch of people in a live, and then somebody says or does something disrespectful because you just wanted a bunch of people in your live to make it lit, and you didn't, vet the people. You got to sift through the rubble. You got to be like, yo, let me make sure this person has decorum. You don't want people embarrassing you in front of your subscribers. Come on now. We enjoy you being on the channel. Yes, Texas. Yes, we did. You laughing? Yeah. Yo, when I see you standing on business, I was like, oh my God. I love it so freaking much. I was like, oh my God, made the sun shine and the day bright. I was like, yes, you freaking go. Like seriously. Because you're not a pushover. You just, and I love it. I love it. You take care of business. Um, let's see what you said. Um, thank you so much. I really enjoyed myself, you guys. We'll definitely do it again. Yeah, we'll do it again. Because there's always so many topics, and we could do live reactions also, Eric, because oh, it's gonna be silly because me and you are really silly together. But people be doing too much. Speaking of people be doing too much, unfortunately, Drake Get Up is back in the news because he's attached to this little smear campaign. He put out a snippet. For those of you that don't know, he put out a snippet, and this is what he said in the snippet. He said, I might hit up Schoolboy Q. Why would you do it to yourself? I uploaded a shorts where there's a venue in Canada that Drake has some stake in, or he is part owner, and Schoolboy Q's concert was canceled when the beef was going on with the rap battle was going on. I appreciate you too, Eric. When the rap battle was going on, his stuff was canceled. So, and who would do it? No, seriously, chat. Who would cancel his stuff? The police had no beef with Schoolboy Q. So, Drake owned that. That that he owned that venue. So, it is what it is. Yeah, Aubrey be doing stuff. It's not that we trying to hate him, but he be attached to stupidity. He be attached to low vibrating, crazy ass energy. So this is what he said. He said, I might hit up Schoolboy Q, but he's making peanuts, or his people is making peanuts. First of all, Drake shouldn't say the word peanuts. If your mentor is Little Wayne, we're still not forgiving him for that peanuts to an elephant, whatever the hell that thing is. And if you want to laugh, check out the shorts that I uploaded with Drake's snippet, and I put the snippet of peanuts to an elephant, which all of us got to go to therapy. Anybody that heard that song got to go to therapy to center yourself, to just get that energy away from you. Peanuts to an elephant was a disgrace to hip hop. Put the cup down, Little Wayne. Like, somebody tell him he must not have people that care about him. Because me and him, if I was in Little Wayne's camp, we'd be fighting. I put that dude in the headlock. I'd be like, you gonna put the cup down, or what? You know what I'm saying? What's gonna happen? So people have a bunch of yes man. They just let him be. I'm like, you're looking crazy. You look like a wild, gremlin. Because you could age gracefully, but he's aging. It's quite scary because I don't know what the hell is in that cup. So yeah, circus band B, circus. This is why baby Keem this circus freestyle, because it's spooky, and that's why he was like, who, we will forever talk about that song. I freaking love that song. That song's gonna have me in a chokehold for life. So then he also say, we don't piece it up. The shit we got between us. Hello, what does that sound like? I'll never piece it up. This shit don't sit well with me. Before I call a truce, I'll take him to hell with me. So why do they keep imitating Kendrick? So I guess that was his answer to Kendrick 2.5 years later, or whatever. You understand? And J. Cole says something similar. I got a whole page. We're gonna discuss J. Cole's song. Lord have mercy. Oh my God, there's so much unpacking, and I'm gonna be one of the dying breeds, one of the few. All these content creators are praising this song. It's called OFG, whatever the heck. that J. Cole put out. Oh my God, he's a rapping ass. He's this, is that. Okay, yeah, he sounds good. He sounds like a rapper. He knows how to rap. He knows how to play around with words, but it has no weight, no substance. The stuff he's saying, he's talking about he's a 40-year-old and then he's taking a girl to the woods, and he's like, I'm just kidding. We're gonna go over that next because that's a yeah. Baby Keem's album is sensational. When you play that, the beat be hitting crazy. Um, I don't know if I'm seeing some of your comments. TS, hello. I don't know if I'm seeing some of your comments. Why am I not seeing some comments? I don't know who is TS. Yeah, I don't know who just came in. Oh, okay, T Star Real. Okay, I am seeing your comment. Oh my God, I was panicking. I was like, I gotta see my freaking members. Hello, member T Star Real. Hello, nice to see you. So we're talking about this snippet. So let me read it again. Drake said, and I freaking quote, I might hit up Schoolboy Q, but he's making peanuts. We don't ever piece it up. The shit don't we got between us. Whoop de doo, you rhymed. Anybody listen, ChatGPT could have done this. Um, so I don't care. I don't this doesn't mean anything to me. I'm like, yo, Drake, just go sit in a corner and plan, just enjoy your downfall or whatever the karma that's attached to everything you've done. Okay. There's just so many people saying that Drake took their songs. We know the the Drake, standard SOPs, standard operating procedures. You find someone hot, like when he found Kendrick, that Kendrick could rap. He was working on Good Kid, Mad City. He's like, oh, I'm gonna come to my tour here, and I know because Kendrick had talked about it that he was talking about, hey, let's do a collab album. Let me get some of your songs. But the problem was Kendrick was already signed and had the TDE protection, and those mofos, they're a little aggressive. They don't like to play nice with bad guys. You get me? TDE, the mafia of the West. Okay, so they were like, "What you talking about?" He had to answer like to 50 mofos in the back and Top Dog. So get Top on the phone, and it didn't happen. And Kendrick has discernment because if not, he would have just taken a bunch of songs. God knows what would have happened. So I feel like as soon as Kendrick met him, as soon as he discovered that nah, this dude ain't about nothing, he moves funny. Because Kendrick is an air sign, a thinker. He's a Gemini. He's analytical, etc. Drake is like an irritating fly buzzing around that won't go away. It won't go away. So what happened was, um, there's a woman by the name of Melissa Nathan or something, and she has a group called The Agency, which there was online. The Agency was like a botting, you know, page that was just posting a bunch of nonsense, posting a bunch of like rumors about different people, just nonsense, saying, and that's why a lot of some people fell for it. They were like, they were posting like Bad Bunny had more views at the Super Bowl. They're one of the people that was saying nonsense about Kendrick like that. And I was like, nah, I'm gonna chill in the cut. I know where to research. I know the official tissue, the real people to go to. So they're a strategist PR company or whatever. Well, it just so happens that some recordings got out of them trying to plot against this lady, Rebel Wilson, like doing a whole smear campaign. There was like the whole plan, like, yo, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that or whatever. Now, how is Drake attached to that? Because Drake, Drake or Frake is their client. So Drake is their client. Got my water. Drake is their client, and that's anything crazy, scary, spooky, and hilarious. He's attached to it. Thanks, Sarah. Have a great night. Hi, this is on this for some reason. Hi, since I try to comment on my night account on this. No, oh no, I don't know. Heck no, Madman. How you doing? Nice to see you, Madman. I don't think so. Um, What's it called? It's called Night Night. Um, I could check. My blacklist is substantial, though. I'm not gonna lie. My blacklist. My only irrational fear is that YouTube will explode with my blacklist, because I do get a lot of crazy people. Eric, have a good night. Nice to see you. Love. Stars forever. Um. So, Madman. Nice to see you. Um. So, and Madman, you're so funny because I don't really comment on too many people's, but it's like when I do comment on some content creators once in a while, because now, you know, I can't move the same. I'm not just anybody. I can't move the same, because when I do like if I go into a live or something, it like creates disorder, a little bit of a ruckus. People be like, "Sister Savage, Sister Savage." I'm like, "Oh snap!" I've been discovered. It feels weird, and I get socially awkward. But I did comment, and it's like you always find me. You're a good finder, Madman. You're a good finder, and we think alike. One thing I appreciate about you is that you're like King Kendrick. Kendrick, that's it. And our loathing of J. Cole is equally great. Is equally great. And I'm going to talk about J. Cole in a second. I know you're going to be feasting on that. We must rock with the same channels. Yeah, we're aligned. The people that are here, we're aligned. We think similar. But yeah, man, yeah, you know what it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's what's happening. That agency, and that lady Melissa Nathan, she has had a bunch of lawsuits and has even more lawsuits coming up, etc. J. Cole purposely stepped on Baby Kim interview. That's coming up next. I'm so angry at this. I'm so disturbed. But yeah, it's just nuts. So that's with Drake. I don't even want to give Drake so much attention. That was too much. Drake, get the step in. Kick rocks with flip flops. All right, next. So unfortunately, J. Cole. So okay, let's look at Baby. I'm gonna talk about Baby Keem. I'm gonna leave him last with like a palate cleanser. But he was interviewed by Nadeska. I'm gonna give everybody watching me the warning of what very few content creators are saying. And shout out to Charles. He is like-minded like me. We are a dying breed. There's not that many people that are not sweating J. Cole. He put out they don't watch his moves. His moves are master manipulation. Thank you, Madman, because I don't know. Listen, J. Cole is not in PG Lang. PG Lang did the interview with Baby Keem first. As a matter of fact, they did that interview, I believe. My sources told me they did that interview with Baby Keem the day before he was gonna pop out in New York City. So he was in New York City already, and he did that interview because when they ask him a question, when the desk guy asked him, like, "Yeah, so you have a show, or whatever," she's like, and he's like, "Yeah, I'll pop out. I'm gonna do surprise stuff, etc." Now, J. Cole decided to use the same person. You could call it a coincidence, but he keeps playing little games like that. I be analyzing what people do. It's like, I don't listen to just what people say. If your actions don't match your words, I listen to actions. Everything is just noise. Let me say that again. I listen to actions. Everything else is just noise. Oh, I like peace. I want my dress to collect all the contamination of me driving in the streets, and I'm centering myself. He's just a bunch of crap. Okay, so that happened. He used the same person. And in the interview, they went to his childhood home, so she said, "Hey, we're sitting in your childhood home," and he's like, "Yes, but no, not really." I don't know what the hell that was. That automatically, I was like, "You get a demerit, disqualified, because you're already lying. You capping. He's so iffy, Annie. He's so iffy, Annie. Drake Jr. That's what I call him. He's so iffy, Annie. He was like, "Yeah, it's my home, but not really." Mofo, did you go up there or no? But anyways, okay, I digress. I uploaded the J. Cole, a little snippet, a tiny shorts of what he was freaking talking about. The way he did, so after the interview, in the interview, he said, now I don't like Nadeska as an interviewer, and that's why I'm like, warning, unpopular opinion, but it's okay for us to disagree. I never liked her. I think she did a horrible job with interviewing uh, Kendrick at the Apple Music store. Yes, I know that she was nervous or whatever. She just asked stupid questions. Ebro had better questions. He's more poised, and I know he's more experienced and everything. And it's nothing to do with her being um, nervous. It has everything to do with her just not knowing. Something that turned me off about Nadeska was that she literally said, and you can check it out, she said to Kendrick, "Wow, I didn't know that you were so aggressive. Like you would just, and you have a sense of humor. Like, do you know Kendrick? She didn't know if he was gonna win the battle, that he was gonna come with so many diss tracks. Like she didn't know that he could rap like that, like so aggressive. She asked a question like that. I was like, get the hell out of here. It's such a turn off to me because it's like you may not know who you're interviewing, but by golly, you're going to do this research. I'm researching for uploading little shorts on YouTube. Why can't she? So she just kept saying stuff like she didn't know Kendrick, like, wow, everything was just like a surprise. Like, oh, so you're a good writer, right? And I'm like, go somewhere. And now she's probably improving because she's doing more interviews, but I'm not impressed. The reason they picked her, in my opinion, like I said, this might be an unpopular opinion. The reason I think they picked her is because she is docile. Docile means like a pushover. Like I'm sure that well, PG Lang saw her as, like a calm energy, lighthearted or whatever for baby Keem. All right, great. Um and it's not about being aggressive, it's about asking some hard-hitting questions, asking substantial stuff that people want to know. Because when she interviewed J. Cole, she didn't say anything like, okay, this dude is talking about, I felt so bad. And I told my wife knows how much I love Kendrick. He never said his name really, I think. Or he said it once or whatever. And he was like, I felt so bad. And she cried. It was just so overly dramatic. I was like, the Oscar does not go to you, J. Cole. It does not, okay? So then he said, I felt like this. It didn't align with it. He just kept going back and forth. If you have the time to watch that thing, you can watch it. And if you think like me, it's just going to piss you off. So he just kept going back and forth. I uploaded a shorts of a little bit of snippet of what he said. The problem with Nadesco, that whole interview, is he's just painting himself, master manipulation, making himself look like an innocent bystander. Like, no, I'm so, woke. I just want love and peace. Why did she ask him about Port Antonio? Why did she ask him about birthday blizzard, whatever the hell, and all the little subliminals that were in the fall off? Another problem with J. Cole is that he keeps calling his album the fall. He called his album the Fallout. That's the fail-safe switch. You know the fail-safe switch, like in case ish happens, just in case this doesn't work out and I don't have decent sales, I'm gonna just bow down gracefully. He didn't bow down nothing. He has a new song coming out that came out. Now, some people are saying, "Oh, that's an old song that they remade." Okay, great, but he had to give permission for it to be put out. And if he wrote those lyrics, which we're about to go over, and you're gonna see why I'm like on, on 10, I'm litty lit about it. It's because all the content creators, most of them are like, oh, oh my God, he said this. They're celebrating nonsense. And you tell me what y'all think when we go over these lyrics and you see what he's saying, and trying to imitate Kendrick's cadence, a bunch of stuff. Let me see. I'm telling a lot of people into the J. Cole battle between the two is gonna happen. Listen, you're right. I don't think Kendrick is done with J. Cole. Argue with your mama, argue with a tree, argue with a parrot. I don't think Kendrick is done. Kendrick showed mercy. Let me say it again. Kendrick had mercy on and took it so light and fluffy on J. Cole. He mentioned him a couple times, basically on Euphoria. He mentioned, not like us. It was about him also. but he took it light. He didn't drag him the way, Drake Keisha had about 47 funerals. J. Cole didn't want it. He punched, he tried to battle, and he saw that he wasn't gonna get nowhere and that he wasn't gonna win. He remembered Kendrick's skills. How are you a friend of Kendrick? How that's your brother? You've been calling him your brother for 10 years. And you didn't know that this is a vicious mofo, that Kendrick's words cut like a knife, that this is a menace to society when it comes to writing. He is a lyrical assassin. How did you not know that he was going to end you, end your career, end everything, and you were going to be a pop singer after this thing or be in lawsuits? And it's funny that J. Cole did an interview. I'm gonna press a button and say you stood and do that interview with camera. Also, you know how to do interviews and you have time. But anyways, but I digress. He put that interview there. So Kendrick is not done, and all this stuff, all these strategic things. I don't know. Now there might be a miracle from the heavens above that um Kendrick pieces it up with J. Cole. I don't see that happening. There's a lot of colorism I've been seeing when it comes to down to in the industry. Yeah. Um, Deska and J. Cole. She's a J. Cole stan. Absolutely. She had no idea. She's so excited about. She had no idea. She's just asking vague questions. Kendrick is a Gemini. His Gemini is powering up. Yo, like I said, the sensitive and the savage. He is. Don't let the smooth taste fool you. Just like they say, don't let the smooth taste fool you. Just because Kendrick is so, and he said it. What was that interview? I uploaded something where he said, "Yeah, I be chilling and everything, but I be going crazy." Oh, the funny interview with Kendrick being goofy on that interview with Merce. Kendrick said, "No, I be chilling. I be like real, chill, and then on stage I lose it." He is a duality, and he's very aggressive when it comes to people he can't stand or people that don't resonate with him. He finds them despicable. I'll never piece it up, that don't sit well with me. You think he's gonna forget as an air sign? You think he doesn't play this stuff in his head over and over? He's adding to cart. He's adding to cart all the things that J. Cole has done. He's been adding it to cart. He knows this is the same man that said I lost 16 friends. You think he ain't keeping track? I lost a bunch of friends. I don't know how many. I could give you a ballpark figure, 10, 20. I can't say exactly. When you do tallies, like, okay, Bobby's gone, such and such is gone. You know what I'm saying? You keeping track? You think that man is not strategic? I just can't wait. I hope there's a deluxe that comes out of Dragon J. Cole and another effing tour. Let's start saving, get the piggy bank, bank ready, and in case Kendrick goes on tour or just a tour, savings. So he didn't do it. So he did this interview, but Cameron, he still owed an interview to Cameron. He rather go and drain Cameron's account and in the lawsuit, and because he's so docile, he's so wanting peace, and he's so centered and loving and mindful, right? Okay, so let's go over some of this lyrics. Let's see what y'all saying. J. Cole is so inauthentic. I can't look at his face. I don't know how people don't see what I see. And even in that shorts that I uploaded, his laugh and everything, his face just looks so empty. Empty eyes, empty intentions, empty face, empty smile. He tries to come off as deep. He's not deep. And watch when we go over these lyrics. Watch when we go over these lyrics. Some of you have not heard these lyrics, and then you'll understand why I'm on 10. Why I'm like, man, you ain't fooling me ever in life. Ever. Not once, not twice. Um, he's just like Drake, but at times I feel like he's even worse. He wants to gaslight. When it's like, and a narcissistic, blaming everybody. It's not my fault. I did. He acted like he took accountability. It's like what gaslighting, what you want to hear. A person that studies you, like when you're dating someone and you say I want to build, I want to do this, and they're like a copycat. They say everything that you want to hear. I want to build too. Oh yeah, I believe in commitment. Oh yeah, girl, I believe in marriage. I believe in everything. Yeah, let me get that. And once they get what they want, and then they're hot and cold. They disappear, and then they come on strong, and that's J. Cole. J. Cole is hot and cold. That's a red flag in dating. That's a red flag in friendships. That's a red flag with family members. That's a red flag with people. Anybody that's inconsistent does is not a grown ass woman. It's not a grown ass man and doesn't even respect themselves. Because if you respect yourself, you will be sick and tired of getting embarrassed by you back and forthing Iffy Annie. He should put Iffy Annie right on a tattoo on his forehead. Um, Marian said, "Man, I can't wait for the evil Gemini to appear. I can't wait either. It's gonna make my teeth bright. It's gonna make the sunshine and the daylight. It's gonna just, create world peace in the savagery, amongst the savagery." So he did that interview acting like he wanted peace and all this. My girl cried, whatever, my woman. And by the way, I remember when Ryan Coogler in an old interview said, "Hey, how's married life?" And he lost it. J. Cole lost it. He looked at him like, "What? What? I don't want the world to know that I'm married because I be talking reckless about women doing very weird sexual references." So the song is called OFG or something, and I'll read some of this stuff so that you can see what this is about. Thank you for the likes. Hit the like, and hype the video if you can, etc. So the first thing he says is, so these are some of the problems that he that I think those are Kendrick disses. He talks about the Grammys. He talks about handshakes, secret handshakes. So he refers to what Kendrick is saying, but of course he won't say his name. He said, "Yeah, I don't got no problems, only opportunity, growth." It's just so stupid. Life is what? F her missionary, squeeze her throat. Okay, that's how we starting. That's how we starting. Okay, I don't have no opportunities. An opportunity to be weird about. And like I said, you like what you like, but it's like if you coming off as, because in the same, just hold on to that sentiment, the stuff that I just said, because you're gonna see the dichotomy in the same song. You're gonna see that he is the antithesis, the opposite of himself. Everything he's trying to be woke, he's fake woke, a false prophet. Um, and just like even the Bible, if with the Bible, it's like they talk about people that are not practicing what they preach. He says, okay, so again he says, I don't got no problems, only opportunities for growth. Life is what? F her missionary, squeeze her throat. Okay, in the cut, cooking up hundreds um of dope, 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 dope. Then he says dope, dope, dope. It's just so stupid nonsense. Okay. In the wave, the federale sees the boat. In the wave, the federale sees the boat. Now, he could be talking about whoever. It could be about Drake or whatever. But notice, in a lot of his diss songs, he doesn't really diss Drake. Like, he made it obvious in this one. Then he says, shout out to Lionel Messi. Where did that come from? Kendrick's, Hillbilly song, when he was like, he was talking about I'm messy. He's referring to that. I don't know what he just wanted to talk about. Uh, Lionel Messi, Lionel Messi. He just wanted to talk. Okay, you could call it coincidence, but after the third or fifth coincidence, he said, only started watching weeks ago. Why they never told me soccer was lit? He is just a rambling fool. Thought it was only for crackers and ish. That's what he said. He said, thought it was only for crackers. Taught me to dribble the rock, and that's it. Okay, so let me know how y'all feel about these lyrics so far. Compared to what that boy my pay be getting or whatever. These rapping as nickels is not even rich, right? Remember, when you're woke, you don't just say you don't do the stuff for money. You for just money. You want abundance and you want money, but you don't do stuff just for money. You do stuff with a purpose to influence someone to make someone, enlighten someone, uplift someone, and make someone feel something through your music. So let me say it again because this one is important. These rapping ass Nick is not even rich. Why they don't put a little pitch in the hood? Why do I go smash that little bitch in the hood in the wood? Okay, right. So think about those references, right? And then right after he said that about the putting a girl in the woods, right? Okay, let me know how y'all feel. Why they trying to cancel a nickel like me? I would think they could see my intentions was good. Oh, my intentions was good. I was just gonna put you in the woods and or whatever. And hey, some people might be into stuff and it's all good. But like I said, when you are, it's okay to be flirty and do whatever, but I don't know. Been a long time since my mentions was good. He even knows. He can see that people ain't feeling him. There's a bunch of glazers and a bunch of comments and a bunch of people and a bunch of subscribers that we have lost, including myself, because they are praising this man. They excuse this man for everything. I need to catch up on Richer and Morty. 2013 Richard Morton. Like, okay. Last night this hater tried walking my section. Low key, I miss giving the D to Shorty. Back to sexual stuff. Like and it's nothing wrong with it, but you'll see how this goes against what he it says later. Don't blow it up. This is just a recording. And this is the problem right here. Don't blow it up. Don't make too much of it. I know I said I want to take a girl in the wood and give her this D and stuff and I'm it's just a recording. It's just me recording. My and that's why he it's like might delete later. That's his whole life is might delete later. My mind is like a crime scene. I'm just reporting. Sometimes I feel like ain't uh ish left to say when I'm 10 projects in and now I'm over 40, right? So he mentions he's over 40. Oh, you remember that you're a grown ass man? Oh, okay. So how should you, have some decorum, how your lyrics and but whatever. It just he just tried to sound, and that's what the complaint about the fall off that I had. He thinks he's like 19 in his head and talking about nonsense. Maybe I told every story. Maybe they don't want to hear me no more. F them little sympathy Grammys. There we go. F them little sympathy Grammys. This basically, to Kendrick. F them little Grammys. Let me tell you about J. Cole. J. Cole had he submitted 18 submissions to the Grammys. He's only won 2. Let's say it again. He has had 18 submissions to the Grammys and he's only won 2. Kendrick has won 27. The end. Jealousy? Perhaps. So then he said, "Put me right back on the first he said, F them little sympathy Grammys, you nickels try hand me Biatch, don't even give me no award. Put me right back on the list that had Pac and Biggie. He keeps comparing himself with Pac and Biggie. He literally said, put me on the list with that had Pac, Biggie, Bob Marley, Snoop Dogg, and the Locks. Are you high? He must be high. He must be on the strongest ganja that ever was made. First of all, Biggie died and it was associated or believed to be allegedly he was battling while when he died he was just off of battling this east and west coast rap battle. So you will never be like Biggie ever in your freaking life. Biggie was a master storyteller, phenomenal delivery. Are you crazy? And Pac, you're gonna compare yourself to Pac? Pac will never run from a beef. You think Pac ever stop? These guys keep mentioning Pac. Him and Drake, they're twinsies. Yes, Miss Marianne, he's absolutely jealous. If they gave him 27 Grammys and Kendrick had only 2, the story, would be different. The bird cage would sing differently. Then he says, I'm watching this Vlad interview with Young Jock. He talking, explaining his fallout with block. Someone called my phone, so the video stops. It rang out, dog. It don't make no sense. I never pick up. Can these nickels take a hint? Can these ninjas take a hint? So that's this number 203. Kendrick this. Because when did Kendrick say, like, I don't want to talk on no celly, and there's no accent you could sell me. I ain't want to talk on no celly. And he just mentioned that he doesn't talk on a cell phone. He doesn't, want to talk to anybody. Okay, that's fine. Nah, he pissed me off. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I said I gotta literally read this thing, because if not, y'all not gonna understand why I'm like, there's nothing. When I tell you he could have hotter bars and hotter delivery, which will never happen times infinity in one day about Kendrick, better than he could have the best rap ability in the world. He could be the absolute GOAT, and I'm not effing with him. I don't give a damn about him. I don't care. I don't care what his bars are. I'm not gassing. I'm not reacting to none of his stuff like that unless it's something outrageous that we need to point out that threatens the culture. And he's a threat to the culture. He over sexualizes women. And then he's like, "Oh, my wife." He was talking about my wife. Yeah, she was whatever. I don't even know how somebody could be with him. Just an iffy Annie man that doesn't stand on business and runs like a little girl from a battle. So I never pick up these ninjas. Take hints. Stop hitting me, please. I don't want to be friends. How you don't want to be friends? You're the same person that says you want to be at peace in an interview that was put out the same damn day as this stuff. I barely hang out with the ones that I have. I can't go to the club and and chase these biatches no more, right? How you gonna say you don't chase bitches no more? You're just talking about two scenarios of biatches and what you're gonna do to these. And then, oh, I was just kidding. You see what I'm saying? And that is a reflection of his album. If y'all didn't hear his album, he just kept going back and forth. I'm woke or no, I'm not. I'm a F boy. His album is like F boy. And yeah, I got a little good beat here and there. Then he says, once that went away, okay, can't go to the club and chase these bitches no more. Once that went away, then what did we have? He's trying to reflect, and then he must be bipolar or something, and or unmedicated. I don't want a record company staff. I'm an artist, not a boss. He said, I'm not a boss. You have to be a boss of your own destiny. He is so just fake woke. You understand? He is a coleslaw. Shout out to Deleted, like y'all was saying. He said, I'm not a boss. That doesn't resonate with me, because you should want to control generational wealth. You should be your own boss, have financial decision freedom. Um, you should want to do that. And he's just like acting like he doesn't even want to be in this rap battle and this situation. Oh, hello, Mr. Shell. How you doing? Yes, he always been jealous of Kendrick. Absolutely. Let me tell you something. The story of J. Cole and Kendrick, Kendrick has said that he saw J. Cole because J. Cole made it first. And he was trying to, like, kick game and just say, look, I'm an artist or whatever. And J. Cole didn't want nothing to do with it. All of a sudden, when Kendrick was getting steam and there was word on the street like, yo, he got TDE and all this, and he was hype, he talked to Dr. Dre or whatever. But little, like, I don't give him any credit for that, because in one of the hearts, um, you know, he was even talking like, can I take J. Cole's place? Like, he was uh saying like, I want an opportunity. He was asking for an opportunity, meaning he bumped into J. Cole already when he wasn't really, popping, when he was just starting. And J. Cole didn't give him a great reception. And then, because okay, now you hot, it's the same song and dance. Oh, let me just do this and that or whatever. um Kendrick don't owe that man anything, by the way. So he said, I don't want a record company staff. I'm an artist, not a boss. Nobody know. Who knows? Nobody knows what that means. People love to take the credits for wins. Quick to blame you for the losses, though. KG with the Boston Trophy screaming anything is it's just some rambling, incohesive thoughts. like just nonsense. Paul Pierce, if you're talking though, I'm all ears. Like I'm Ross Perot. That's a very old reference. So I don't even know when this came out because if you talk about Ross Perot, that's old as hell. Please don't misconstrue that I said. So obviously you said something that was not cohesive, not something that didn't resonate, that was not authentic, and you're telling people don't misconstrue what I said. That's a problem. Sometimes getting older is hard. Still a writer when it comes to my dogs. I'm still a writer, but I won't answer your phone. Because let me tell you something. Kendrick answers his phone from people that he cares about. He'll get to you. He'll get to you. He just don't like being on the cell phone talking all the time. He just likes to. I get the energy that Kendrick just likes to get to the point. Like, yo, call Lefty Gunplay, get him in the studio. Boom. Okay, let's do that. And that's why I put that, that snippet that was going around, that video of Kendrick saying happy belated birthday because he missed the birthday. He don't really be, he's busy, and he uses the phone when it matters, when something important. And Two T's son is important because that man has. Listen, if Two T's has been there forever. When Kendrick in those videos that I put in 2008, 2007, 2009, Two T's was already there. Like, look at the videos that I be uploading. In the background, Two T's was right there with him, and Big Mo. A lot, they have mad history. Madman said J. Cole's trying to mimic Kendrick Lamar's style, and in the cadence, if you hear this song, he's using Kendrick's cadence. His style, every move is envious. Remember when J. Cole said that he wanted to sign Kendrick? Everybody wanted to sign Kendrick. I really think J. Cole try and shelve his music. All he's gonna do, do you know how angry Jid must be right now that he is under Dreamville or whatever? Um, with J. Cole. J. Cole is putting out, look how selfish. J. Cole is doing this, is doing interviews at his house, and Jid's rollout was absolute trash, respectfully. Like, it was trash. It wasn't like what J. Cole's trying to do. He's over here fixing a Honda, or no, I'm gonna do this. It's all stupid to me. I'm not impressed with his rollout either, but he's doing a little bit more. So then he goes on. This is some nonsense. He said, sometimes getting old's hard, still a writer when it comes to my dogs. FM, we the Paw Patrols. Paw Patrols. Ha ha. Yo, he literally said that. Yo, how? And by the way, some of your content creators that y'all watch, big content creators, didn't get a J. Cole hoodie because J. Cole gave hoodies to the, I don't want to say compromise content creators, but if you accepted a hoodie, do y'all think they just gave you a hoodie or they gave you a package? If you know, you know. And I'm not one person that's going to believe that they just gave you a little $20 hoodie. They gave these people a little package to uh, react softly. That's my belief. Allegedly all over. Rain allegedly all over this thing. My opinion. He did Jid absolutely wrong. Jid came in when he's not doing anything for Jid right now. Like, I don't get it. And the venues that Jid concert was at just look stupid. Respectfully, like, it was a joke. J. Cole said, yeah. So it's just crazy. It's just crazy. So then he goes on to say, yeah, Paw Patrol, Paw Patrol. I was like, are you serious? Are you really serious? He said, niggas fake balling like the Harlem Globetrotters. First of all, the Harlem Globetrotters is an entertainment thing. It's just something fun you go see with the family. So it's like, get your facts straight. This guy is so unaware. He just has you like, things that make you say He said, I done seen a lot of frauds before. So you looked in the mirror, J. Cole. Sam Bankman Fried say, I'm make believe, but bet I want some bread, ham and egg and cheese. Ah, Lord, this is painful. Thought that was his bitch. Can't wait to see. He let her off the leash. She ran straight to me. Again, oh,
Yeah, again, she ran straight to me. She's just braggadocious about the women he can put in the woods, the women he can F, the women that coming back, because it's okay to be a little spicy, and Kendrick is spicy, but with decorum and intention. Um, and with, and back in the day when he was young, yeah, Kendrick was talking, a little crazy and everything. But it's like, okay, how old are y'all? And by the way, J. Cole is older than Kendrick. So it's like, when are you gonna show growth in your lyrics? So he's saying, ninjas swear they hard till the stick is in your yard like a ninja damn raking leaves. I'm so impressed. Everybody, gang, man, take a seat. Complicated dabs. I'm a grown man. Ain't gonna be no secret handshakes. Okay, this number three. This whole thing is a diss, but and nonsense. This and nonsense. He said, "Here we go. I'm a grown man. Ain't gonna be no secret handshakes with me. How do I look? Taking that time learning that shit." He's like learning that shit. Like how do I look? No secret handshakes with your friends. Wasn't that in Meet the Grams, right? Y'all could say this is a coincidence, chat, but no secret handshakes. That's not, like I said, he just keeps throwing jabs, and it's like, what do I look like? And this is because basically Kendrick is saying, not saying that everybody had to have a secret handshake, but what Kendrick is saying is Drake didn't have real friends because everybody probably thought he was annoying. He wanted to sue the same company that gave him an opportunity. He didn't want to sue because they treated him poorly or something substantial. Drake wanted to sue because they had him in a wheelchair. He's like, nah, I don't want y'all writers to write. He wanted to be the writer, he wanted to be in charge of everything. And people like that are like those annoying kids that you don't want no parts of. So now Kendrick was mentioning secret handshake. It's like, yo, you got a crew, you got your boys, you got people, some friends, that appreciate you and you appreciate them. It's culture. It's also part of the culture. It's like, yo, we give a dab, we do this. And uh J. Cole is missing that. J. Cole was born in Germany. Yes, he came to Fayetteville, North Carolina, or whatever. But he was raised by his mom, just like Drake. I told you they were twinsies. So he makes that reference. Paw Patrol, J. Cole, grow up. He literally said that. He said, FMO, we the Paw Patrol. Paw Patrol, ha. That's the lyric. I don't know if y'all can see, but, well, y'all not going to be able to see, but, because of glare, but that's the lyric. He literally said, ha. This is such a mush. There's no storytelling. Kendrick takes you on a ride. When he writes something and he's putting words, he takes you on a ride. Even with Good Flirts, that a lot of people it caused controversy for some idiots. He's telling a story. He's telling, when you're in a different situation and it's like, oh, you're flirting with someone, he's telling a story. He brings you back. He makes clever punchline. He has a great lexicon. He has diction. He has a vocabulary, an extensive vocabulary, and the verbiage. This guy writes. I'm not impressed. I don't care that he makes it sound good. I don't care. So then he goes on saying, "So yeah, ain't gonna be no secret handshake with me. How do I look like taking time to learn that ish? I promise there's way too much money to get. So the same person that is saying like, "Oh yeah, I want substance, I want this and that," is saying like, "Oh no, this money, this is money." He keeps talking like a young guy or somebody that is inauthentic. I promise it's way too much money to get. So, and then what the hell is the chorus? Life is what effort missionary, only opportunities. I'm in the cut cooking, hundreds of Ks. I don't even know. I can't believe that's the hook, but I don't care. So some of the problems with this is he's just like Drake talking about nonsense. He's imitating Kendrick's lyrics by saying some of the same things and doing references to handshakes and saying "f your little Grammys." Who he talking about? Kendrick just won a bunch of Grammys, so you can't say that he's not talking to him. Um, and yeah, he's just at 40 years old, he has not had growth, and he's jealous because he only has 2 Grammys, and this guy, they keep almost making up awards to give him, and he just keeps going on and on. And what I predict for J. Cole, I predict an actual fall off. I think that we agree. I agree with him. There is going to be there. This is the age of awareness and breaking down systems that are fake and have not stood on business. So even though he has a bunch of fans and a bunch of idiots, just remember a lot of people are dumb. There's a lot of stupid people, whatever, people that it doesn't matter. I predict that he's gonna have terrible consequences, terrible fall off because he has not had any growth. He doesn't take accountability. He's not sorry. How are you sorry? And you've literally put out like you throw shots in 4 different songs so far or more since when you're sorry and you don't mention, you don't throw shots, you're humble. There's no humility. He thinks that, and he has an inflated ego. He thinks that he is of the likes of Tupac, and something seriously wrong with him. He compared himself to all the greats. So there's something seriously wrong with him. Anyways, um so, okay, now that that's over, I predict that he's gonna have a lot of lawsuits, this and that, and he's gonna have to do some introspective work. I don't. I personally, and of course I could be wrong, I don't see no future where Kendrick is gonna just trust him again. I don't know what y'all think, chat. I don't think Kendrick is gonna trust him again. There's no working with him. There's no whatever. Because remember, um why do you think that album didn't work out? They were supposed to do an album together. And then we're gonna talk about Black Hippy and Baby Keem as our last topics. Black Hippy, because um, the Daylight. That's what I almost forgot. Daylight. I put up a short that says Daylight was in the studio with Black Hippy. But the reason I think that this album didn't work out with J. Cole is because the same thing that happened with Drake. Something terrible turned Kendrick off, completely off. Something turned him off, or maybe the lyrics didn't or pan out. And also, I think that there was some severe jealousy. What Kendrick did on Black Friday, he annihilated J. Cole's song. He took it to Suplex City, to Magic Mountain. He went ape crazy on that damn song. He said, "Oh, watch with the same beat. It's all about your talent. You could have the same beat, but what do you do with your 24 hours, and what do you do with your 24 hours on this beat?" Kendrick went insane to the point where he was like emotional and acting like he was crying, showing passion. It's just not fair. Remember when he said, "So what should I care?" He was just impeccable on that damn song. Oh my freaking God. He was amazing. So I think it's also J. Cole saw that and he was like, nah, he's going to eat me alive on this album. I looked at the Grammy line, a way to put out a fire of ridicule if he loses a Grammy, especially with the amazing reviews Baby Keem's album. Grammy line as a way to put out a fire. Yeah, ridicule if he loses. Right. Um, I think he stopped submitting for the Grammys. I think he did. J. Cole stopped submitting because you're gonna go against Kendrick. Look what Kendrick did with your songs. And imagine in the studio what else Kendrick did with when they try to make the album, and Kendrick must have been spazzing in that freaking studio. And J. Cole just went shut down and was like, nah, he's going to eviscerate me on this album. I know so it didn't work out for Kendrick's sake or for J. Cole's sake. Madman said J. Cole and Drake don't really have a father figure, like a positive father figure in the house. Both of them biracial. Both of them wasn't even born here. Like, yeah, like I said, I have to do a video how, and I kind of have done, and talked about how J. Cole and Drake are both twins. But at times J. Cole is even worse because he pretends to be like all perfect and timid and wholesome and mindful, because Drake is just annoying. He just shows you how annoying he is. Madman said Drake and yeah. Marianne said Kendrick doesn't have the patience for those guys. He doesn't have the patience. Imagine how much work he's doing on Baby Keem right now. And I don't know if he's at every event. He might have been at that event. I'm gonna find out. And I'm still trying to find out if he was at these events. But I know that at the New York City event, I don't know. I'm not sure if he was able to be there. He was in the background. He might have been. But he just simply does not have the time. And you better believe that Kendrick is cooking up diss tracks. Hands down. You think he's not preparing for anything for he's got a freaking arsenal of lethal weapons for J. Cole. And that makes me so happy. You know how much, yeah, we're gonna have fun with my uploads, man. I promise you. If he goes for J. Cole and he takes J. Cole to Magic Mountain and drags him across the universe and the entropy, we gonna have a ton of fun because I'm gonna be the most creative. I'm gonna go into Super Saiyan mode, if you know, on creativity, and I'm gonna take the alley oop from Kendrick and just visual presentation, a visual creative presentation of the dragging. I'm going to, um, make sure I document it properly and that, I immortalize that dragging. I'm going to immortalize that dragging. I promise you. I'm going to take an alley oop from Kendrick. I look at oh, yes, we read that one, man. J. Cole jealousy started to grow to a point where J. Cole didn't want to work with Kendrick. And I believe that. I said it's either Kendrick didn't want to work with him or J. Cole was like, yo, I just been chopped up into a million pieces. And the world can't hear this song. And every time that J. Cole brought out, I have several videos. Just type J. Cole and Kendrick on my page. Several videos of when J. Cole brought out Kendrick. That crowd looked like, oh, finally, we're at a concert. Now that this guy came in, they were just like, yeah, 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 singing some J. Cole song. When Kendrick popped out, oh my, even Wale, respectfully, I love Wale. And, Wale's album is freaking phenomenal. Oh my God, I love that freaking album. And I definitely want to catch Wale's tour, guys. So I'm definitely working on that. I want to catch him at some city, depending on where I'll be. Um, but I want him. I want Wale. I want Wale, Domani to work with Kendrick, Baby Keem and Domani to work together. Fantasies. Kendrick is cooking up a lot of diss tracks. I promise you. I promise you, boo. I promise you, this dude has a bunch of songs. Remember, if I am anything like him, when I tell you I have over 800 materials and loads of pictures and videos and stuff just sitting there, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna put that, just sitting there like I overproduce. So I know that Kendrick is like that because I know what a workaholic looks like and when you have to keep working. And Kendrick is not just working on Baby Keem's album. Yes, he's been busy, making sure the rehearsals, giving him pointers, I'm sure, and just watching that everything goes well. This is his first and only artist, for crying out loud. That's his baby. That's like his son. Kendrick is like a cousin slash father figure. And I'm so happy that Baby Keem has Kendrick as a great, positive, and excellent work ethic, and just a well-rounded, fulfilled individual as right hand man, right there working with him and guiding him. Texas Flower said that man is always prepared. And that's what I'm saying. That boy is preparing. All these days, you think he's sitting at home Netflixing and chilling? Can you picture that? Like all day in, day out, weeks on end. He may, if he needs to center himself, but I know he's always listening to music. He always has his head his wire headphones, which I have the same. Most of my all of my edits, most of no, like 99% of my edits is with my white wire headphones. I love it. I take it everywhere. Um, it's right here. It's right here. Let me see what y'all saying. Uh, while J. Cole is jealous of Kendrick, Kendrick is working. Kendrick is working. Look at the rollout. Compare, guys, the rollout that Jid had to Baby Keem. Baby Keem is like a baby king, like a king's rollout, like a prince. Prince Ali, like, he has had the best. It got me so emotional when I was here live with you guys and we were watching the casino listening party. I was like, look what they're doing for this guy. I was freaking trying to scream. And I watched it so many more times after that. I was like, look at the rollout. He popped up. They just preparing him. They have all these guys, and I was so excited. As you can hear in my voice, I'm like tweaking right now because I put that picture of Baby Keem and like all the guys behind him, that sound wave, the producers, everybody. They like this, man. You got an army behind you of freaking geniuses to do this rollout. And Jid is like a freaking orphan in his rollout. I don't know. There's no direction. There's no backup. Um, Look at the difference. J. Cole was not on Jid's album, or Jid was not on J. Cole's album either. Like, oh my God, that's terrible, But I don't like Jid's attitude or energy, anyways. But I do feel bad that he's getting trash. And look at Baby Keem. If you want to see the difference, look at Baby Keem. I'm so happy that Kendrick started his own company because, respectfully, and tell me what y'all think about this chat. 'Cause this is a sensitive kind of subject. Kendrick has love for TDE forever and a day, and it will never stop. But what makes a person start their own business and their own company? Because they can control the money. They want to be a boss. J. Cole just said, I ain't no boss. I'm an artist. What an idiot. He's like empty. The more he talks, a wise man listens and speaks strategically. The more J. Cole talks, the more dumb like we see he is. Or like, how would you say you're not a boss? And Kendrick has a company. He's established this company. He has businesses. Uh he's just J. Cole is like he left his mind in San Francisco. He's an idiot. He needs to just quiet. His intelligence will raise by 1% if he just stays quiet, for like a good year. Let me see what y'all saying. And no, I don't like Jid. I don't like Jid at all. They deserve each other. He be subliminal. It's like, I want to work with you, Kendrick. I want to work with you. And what pissed Jid off, and I said that because I got a bunch of behind the scenes footage of Jid, and I uploaded stuff to the members lounge of Jid was at that Clips concert in California, and he was like, "Oh, this is my opportunity." He went like this. This is my opportunity. By the way, look, these are my headphones that I. This is what I do these famous edits with. I'm always with headphones. Everywhere that people see me, they see me like this. They just see me like this at the grocery store. They see me like this. I'm just like on my computer or on my phone. I just be like that. That's why I was like, when I screamed when I saw Kendrick that he had wire, I was like, yo, y'all not gonna tell me that Kendrick ain't my twin. Y'all not gonna tell me. That's what y'all not gonna do. Because there's too many little coincidences. But yeah, so what pissed Jid off was that Clips concert, because he was like, "That's my opportunity." AbSoul was there. Um, Kendrick was there because he popped out and surprised the audience. And you think that Kendrick said, "Yeah, let's work together"? I doubt it. Anything is possible, but I freaking doubt it. That's favorite sinner. Oh, welcome. I forgot what the wait. Oh, welcome. That's favorite singer. Sinner. The way she changed her name is hysterical. Oh, she's laughing. Baby Keem's rollout was amazing. It was like coming to America, throwing rose petals on the way. It's like, excuse me, clear the whole thing. And the thing that they did 2 nights ago in the, please watch that short. And I think some of you have already watched it. They said, I know that was PG Lang. I know I'm not giving the credit to Adidas. Adidas is unique and it's a wonderful, I love Adidas. But they said this is what they did. Since we're talking about Baby Keem is, the next topic, they literally at 9 o'clock, no, at like 10 o'clock or something like that in the morning. Yo, Baby Kim is giving me like, it's working my nerves in a good way, but he's just putting me on edge. He's giving me like ultra anxiety because I'm literally have to stalk all his social medias and everything and just talk to people, and I'm he got me working overtime. He don't even know it. I'm in connection with like four mofos like, yo, going on with Baby King? What's going on? They put in the daytime, oh hi friends, yeah, we got a few tickets, show up at 641 blah 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 street by 6:45. All right, bye. PG Line put that as an update. I'm like, PG Line, if y'all don't stop. So somebody could have been in surgery. They'd be like, oh, sorry, nah, we'll do the surgery some other day. I got to catch Baby Keem. Yeah, I got an hour to get there. Yeah, sure. Okay. Somebody could have been changing a diaper. Somebody could have been at work. Somebody could have been taking a flight the wrong way. Like, oh, I'm on vacation. No, I'm not. Let me just reverse. Yeah, y'all gonna have to wait on that. You got this. You gonna finish the diaper thing? Okay. Somebody's cooking. That it's not gonna get done. Okay. This, he wants us to run around the city. Don't tell me that him and you could tell Kendrick is ruling this thing, because um did y'all see Kendrick on that bus? How do you have a concert and you don't park the bus? Let me say that again. He did it twice. The first time that I uploaded, and some people thought I was uploading the same thing. If I upload the same thing, it's just part one, part two. The first time, yo, so I'm supposed to have great knees and be running. This dude could have parked the bus and be like, yeah, I'm parking in front of Nickerson's garden. Yeah, we're over here. He had people running like, it's in my DNA. I got loyalty and out of breath and asthma. It's in my DNA. And he was like this, yeah. I told that Kendrick has a fetish. Okay? Kendrick has a fetish. His thing that turns him on in concerts is when let me tell you, there was a time where I was so out of breath. I was doing the best I could, guys. My voice sounded crazy, terrible. And I was like, la, and singing so much. I was like, la, and my voice was cracking. I was like, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I'm not recording this. It's like, I can't upload this. And I even said in the camera, I can't upload this. And I was singing like that, and I was like coughing. Everybody around was like, "Yo, you good? You good?" And he looked at me. He was like, "Yeah, that's good. Yeah." I'm telling you. When I look up on my page, bar for bar, everybody that goes bar for bar, they're not saying like, "Oh yeah, this and that." They're not saying stuff like that. Squabble up. They're like, "Squabble up, squabble up, squabble up." And then he's like, "Yeah, all right." And then he's like, I see you. And then he walks away. Then he comes back. He came back to make sure. And every time he came back, I was like, yo, I had a decision to make. Because I was like, either I spaz out or I record quiet content where the people can see and my hand's not shaking. A lot of my content is trash because I sound insane. It's beyond embarrassment. I'm not uploading that. There's no way. Uh, I can't even upload that in the members thing. And he just be checking. So he likes people to work for it. He's like, I'm gonna give it to you, but what you gonna do for it? Y'all know, if you know, you know. That's an old school song. I'm gonna give it to you, but what? I'm gonna give it to you, but what you gonna do for it? So he's like, you running? They could have parked that bus, Kendrick. My knees, Kendrick. So that's the same thing they're doing with Baby Keem. They're like, we're gonna shut out somebody was put online, yo, I can't get to my job. I'm a nurse. I can't get to the hospital because you close the highway. Oh well. It's like they closed the highway, they stopped the traffic from both ends, and they put this boy, Baby Keem, in an underpass, and they made it fly to death. That thing was tight. That thing was tight. They were like, nah, this is what we want. So it's like they like you to make the same sacrifice that they make. They work hard for you, but you will trust me. You're gonna work hard for them. It's like, damn, I only got $3 in my bank account if I buy this ticket. Oh well, you know, I'm buying this ticket. They want you to work for it, and it's gonna be worth it. But boy, you making big sacrifices. So yo, freaking Baby Keem is playing like Pokemon. Like I spot a Pokemon. Where he pops out? Where like Kendrick didn't even pop out that much. His pop out was kind of organized. Baby Keem is just like a Jack in the Box. This dude is like, what? Where I gotta be? Like, yo, Baby Keem. So I got okay, so I'm getting fired, but I got the merch sign. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you trying to do? And he gives you like 6 hours. The last one he only gave 5 hours. He's like, because the New York City thing, they announced it at 9 o'clock. So people like, yeah, I'm going to Dubai. No, I'm not. There's people that took flights, you know. So I'm just like, Baby King, please, please, baby, please, baby, please. Let me see what y'all saying, because I know for sure I'm bugging out. Um, your twin and my boyfriend. Somebody said they stay saying that they're like, is Kendrick your boyfriend in your head? Like people be leaving funny comments. They're like, Kendrick is. I pinned that comment. I be pinning funny comments, like stuff that makes me laugh. Y'all literally make me like holler. So like sometimes some comments they're like, this one guy said Kendrick's your boyfriend, but I look like Kendrick. Like, I don't know if y'all seen that. This guy was like, yo, I know you like Kendrick, but ma, give my page a chance. Like, go see me. I look like Kendrick. You could have Kendrick at home. So I was like, I went to his page and I was like, God damn, you really look like Kendrick. So, I was just like, okay, how you doing? What's your name? What's your sign? As soon as he by that line, I'll just creep her from behind. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh damn, he looked like Kendrick. I was like, man, if you were doing content, I will bring you up on the page. And it's like, hey, we got Kendrick in the channel. We got Kendrick at home. He really did. I was like, people be saying that all the time, and I was like, that's cap. That's straight up cap. But let me see. I could be derailed. Hold on. Let me stay focused because I be acting like we at home. I have no home training. Baby Keem's rollout was amazing. I hope they submit his documentary. Yo, the documentaries are gonna be movies, like movies. Like they're gonna be spectacular. That's favorite sin is laughing. I'm glad that Kendrick started his own company and Drake, because PG Lang does stuff that Kendrick will not do. You think Kendrick is gonna invite Snoop Dogg pandering behind back and forth? And I like Snoop Dogg, and I think he's funny as hell. And when I look at Snoop Dogg's face and how he makes me laugh. He really makes me laugh. But Kendrick don't think it's funny. Kendrick is plotting. And he was respectful because that's one of his, goals, people that he admired. But he won, and I could see. Do y'all see the difference? Um, I hope Kendrick, and then I'm gonna say something that's an unpopular thing. Okay, I'm about to say something that's unpopular. TDE signed a new artist. Okay, I might post him on the page just so y'all can see. They signed a new guy, and the thing is, they were taking him to great adventure in the comments, because a lot of women were like, oh, so we're still doing colorism in 2026, because the boy, he could rap, but some of the lyrics on that song was just like, yeah, a light skin bitch and this and that. And I'm like, okay, I don't think Kendrick would have signed this dude. Or even if he messes with him, and Kendrick would show him props and be like, yeah. And he celebrates Dolce and all those people. But it's like, can you rap and not have to shake your ass? Can your ass not be in my face all the time, respectfully? And that goes to, SZA right now just posted herself naked on the bed, respectfully, on Instagram. Boy, that girl love to be naked somewhere. So it's like, okay, SZA's talented or whatever, but it's like, yeah, that's typical to me. And to me, and like I said, y'all could like people that y'all like and everything. And I like SZA. SZA's hilarious to me. She's cute and she's makes Kendrick laugh or whatever. But it's like, do you have to twerk in all your songs for me to think you're dope? Because if you like Dolce's coming out and oh I'm different and this and that, and it's like, okay, how you different? Can you rap without having to do certain things? Is your talent big enough? Do you think you could sell records without, like, that's a personal challenge, without having to be like all in somebody's face or whatever? So for me, like I said, I have a different of opinion. And certain people that get signed in TDE, Kendrick might not consider right away. And I hope he's careful and strategic when he signs a female rapper. I hope he's super careful. But look at how Kendrick moves. Somebody else would have signed like 10 people by now. Like, oh, I got my own company. Oh, let me do this and that. And that's why, like I said, this is an unpopular opinion. I don't want to, I may lose members, whatever, but I don't get turned on by somebody that gotta just, if you, it's so typical, like do something different, like, oh, you gotta twerk with your videos but you came out all woke, like, nah, we good, we good, because you're doing the same thing. You're a Nicki Minaj but with better bars. Like, what are you doing? You're my your twin. Yeah, don't forget Kendrick also owns a percentage of TDE bars. That's absolutely, because there's no way that he was gonna lose everything. Imagine the body of work that Kendrick has made. Kendrick has made TDE millionaire. I'm sorry. Kendrick is the reason they're millionaires. They blew them up. And Black Hippy, of course, they're talented. But Kendrick moved mad units. Kendrick just exploded all over the world. He is the reason TDE is what it is. Because quite frankly, and let me get to the Black Hippy thing. When I tell you I love Black Hippy, I love them. I feel for, I feel I'm an empathetic person. So I feel AbSoul's passion. I feel all the downfalls that he's had. I feel the pain. I feel the agony. I feel the everything. I love him. He's like celestial. He raps like, in the cosmics. Very, astrologically inclined and deeper than most can even fathom. J Rock is so smooth. I love his voice. His voice is as buttery as his complexion, respectfully, allegedly. Then we have Q. Q got mad skills too, and a lot of women like Q. Q's hilarious too, and that's people's love languages. They are all talented, but why didn't they have an album? I hope that they're working on an album, because they like said, yo, I'm in the studio with these guys and there needs to be an album. The album got to get done. Like, the album got to get done. So I don't, they like to just throw hints. I don't know if he was saying like they weren't working on the album, but they were all there. But I feel like they might be working on an album. But the fact that they have not an album yet, it goes to, in my opinion, tell me what y'all think, work ethic. I think work ethic and issues, like problems maybe because J Rock has some issues with the law and everything, but work ethic. I don't think everybody in Black Hippies' work ethic matches Kendrick's. AbSoul can rap, but remember that freestyle that he had a few months ago that he dropped the ball? And I felt so bad because he was like, yo, I'm sorry, I wasn't on my game today. You can't have an off day, my guy. I'm so sorry, but you can't. You can't just go over there and be like not prepared. So you think Kendrick would do a freestyle right now and not tear it up and not be prepared? Nah. You understand? So that's a difference. I think there's something with work ethic. Now, if they can get themselves together right now, I'm still hoping and praying. I swear on God for a Black Hippie situation. But here's another thing. work ethic and availability, because Schoolboy Q was on the tour with him for like 4 days. And Schoolboy Q was like, all right, I can do that. I can. And he trying to put millions in their pockets while they do it too, and let them have fun and let them have exposure. But it's like, are y'all all working on albums? Like, what's going on with y'all? I think AbSoul is finally putting in the work, but I don't think they have the same work ethic as Kendrick. Respectfully, let's see what y'all saying. Madman said Kendrick uh, have full control over his company, and Drake thought he could block Kendrick Lamar from releasing any new music behind the scenes. Drake is the Lulu forever. That's favorite center. Baby Keem's interview on Apple with Nadeska is really good. Even though, right, I don't. The reason they picked Nadeska, like I said, she's docile. She's light and fluffy or whatever. She's not the best interviewer at all, but she did okay. And I'm sure PG Lang is very orderly. They were asking, okay, what questions is he going to be asking? What is going on? And they picked her. She is not the best interviewer, and I don't really like her at all. Because I have my reasons. Like I said, she's clueless, and she is a Drake stan. She's a J Cole stan. She wasn't prepared when she asked Kendrick questions at the Super Bowl Apple interview, and you could tell when Ebro took over the interview. He took over the interview, and let me tell you something. I think we do a better job in this channel interviewing people. My questions, y'all questions, and we were just talking to Eric that y'all asked Eric our first collab. That was way deeper than the questions that she asked. No cap, no cap, because we had some great questions. And it's like, yo, I'm just doing this for a YouTube channel. If I was doing that for Apple Music, I would have the best questions in the world. Y'all gonna be like, yo, that girl got bars. I promise you, baby. I promise you. I will go all out because I will not be outdone. I will do whatever research. I will call this one, do that one, practice, and look up the best questions that ever did ever did exist. And she's just like, nah, nah, nah. She just irks me. She's like, a cold soup, not gazpacho either. If you know, you know. She's like a wet blanket. Um, I've been stalking Baby King socials as well. Please help me. He canceled the Baltimore album. Yeah, so I described Nadeska as a cold wet blanket. She has the personality of Log. He canceled Baltimore album signing. My daughter was mad. Yeah, we were big mad. So I was hoping he would pop out in Baltimore, somewhere else, so I could get a chance. Yeah, she has the personality of Log. I could say a lot more, but I'm tempering myself because I'm like, damn, I'm gonna lose like 50 people. Because this live, I'm gonna keep it on the channel. Let me plug up my. I hope you can still hear me. Okay, we're connected, so I won't play myself, and this whole thing just shuts down. So, like I said, I have my own opinions, and I will not bend for anybody. I'm more of a man than some of these guys, these content creators, and I don't want to be. But I stand on business. I'm a woman that stands on business. I'm not gonna tell you today, and it may be because I'm a fixed sign, but just my personality. If you could show me J. Cole 50 years from now, and I'm gonna still say this and that. No, this is empty. I just had a sadness sandwich. I had a sandwich. I had sadness for breakfast by listening to that. I'm not doing it. I don't care the beats. And I said there was one of the songs on the fall off had a decent beat, but you're not gonna buy me with just a decent beat. I just got look. I study Kendrick's lyrics for a living. Okay, I study Kendrick and people like that. I study Nas. I study, Rakim. I study people of substance, Biggie, Tupac. Uh, you know what I'm saying? So you can't come over here, DMX, Passion. And you can't come over here and be like, oh yeah, so this and that, Paw Patrol. That's never going away. I'm gonna definitely do an edit with Paw Patrol. I definitely want to. Um, SZA is a goddess woman. We love cute clothes, but we also find clothes restraining.
SZA finds clothes restraining. She's trying to have her legs open. If you follow her social media, you know what I'm talking about. I felt uncomfortable on her behalf. The outfits that she has around her dad and her mom. I know her mom's probably like, her mom was a little baddie herself. But it's like, sister, what are you doing? And you know, y'all talked about that too. And the remember everybody was like, oh, brother, sister, energy. Oh, they're so cute. They were saying that all over the place at the when the GNX tour started. And when she displayed her entire ass with that thong, when she was just wearing straight thongs on stage, everybody was like, oh, they were uncomfortable. And it was just booty cheeks everywhere. And when I recorded that video that I have in the members lounge, when I was like the extended behind the scenes. I was like, look, every video I do, because I'm in the energy pit, sister's booty's in my face. Respectfully, beautiful ass, but you know, you know. But I'm like, girl, you know, they were like, oh, brother, sister, energy. And then when she came out in that thong, and Kendrick was like looking, and then when she was in the shorts and he in the blue outfit, I remember that show, and he turned her around and he was looking at every which way, and just, it was performance. I'll say it was performance to keep y'all comfortable. But you know, he looked at her and he was sitting down singing, looking. So I'm like, yo, she just stopped the sibling vibes by showing up in a thong, you know. And I know people are gonna say it's performative. I'll say it with you to keep you comfortable. When we do that interview, I'll bring you guys water. Yeah, a black hippie album will be fire. Yes, it's work ethic and Dot is evolving into an executive too at the same time. Yes, Dot's. We are all Dot's favorite sinners. Just remember me when you do that interview. I'll bring you guys water. Thank you, Mr. Shell. Thank you. Which interview? Because I want to interview a few people. I was working on. I don't know before you came in or maybe you were here. I want to work on Damani. I would love to interview him, but you know, it doesn't hurt to dream. I would love to, of course, interview the man Kendrick, even if it's 5 seconds, 5 minutes. But of course, he has a fortress, and if you find them, you know, the people that find him and he walks right past you, that's your opportunity. Now some of these outfits on tour was real questionable. Thank you, hugs and kisses for the people that understand what I'm saying. Kendrick is still a man. That's what I'm saying, and I'm not saying he's like, you know, I want to say so much. Kendrick has said that he's a butt man. Where the most of my subscribers are male, and that's why I'm laughing because a lot of them, you know, it's a few that be in the chat in the lives, and some of them just like to watch me quietly and enjoy watching us quietly. A visual representation, a visual journey. Enjoy. Whoever you interview, thank you. And that's the thing. I'd rather not have a collaboration because whoever I'm gonna bring here is people that I like. Content creators, there are probably just two content creators that I would love to be in a live with. And of course, some of the big content creators, even though they be Glazy J. Cole, I would be in a live with them. But I'm gonna put them, you know, I'm gonna put foot to, you know, I'm gonna put the foot on the gas, and I'm gonna be like, so what do you think of J. Cole when he said this and that? No, respectfully, you know, what do you think? And I'm gonna put that pressure, and they're just gonna laugh and not say anything. But yeah. So I talk to Big Mo, just tiny little things online, you know, that we say. Smack, he responds to me, thank goodness. Um, so I have people, but everybody's very busy and very, you know, it's not the easiest thing to get people. But I do have like two content creators that I would like to. I wouldn't mind. You know, not, yeah. Some of the outfits were out of control. Some of the outfits were very questionable. Like, and she loves to flaunt it. It was just so crazy. I'm glad that she's free and everything. So Baby Keem's rollout is like pending file. You know, like they have you in the pending file. You're like, you know, loading like this. It's like,
waiting. They're turning us into stalkers because it's like there's so much going on. But before I forget, going back to the black hippie situation, I hope to God that they're working on it. I still believe, I'm still one of these people that thinks that GNX has a deluxe. We still don't have any answers for the big red car. What the hell was that big ass car? I never laughed so hard. Like I lost the footage because I threw my phone and on the floor because I was cracking. When I first saw that thing, um, pop up at the New York show or Jersey, I cracked up. I was cracking up. I don't know why people don't find it funny. Kendrick looked this big in front of that big ass car. I was like, what the is that? That thing just blew up, honey. I shrunk the performer and I blew up the car. It was like, honey, I shrunk the kids, but honey, I blew up the GNX. It was outrageously big, and it kept getting bigger throughout the shows. I was dying laughing every time he puts that. I don't really record. I think he sings "Love" or something. I forget what he sings when he brings that. I think Luther. I can't stop laughing at that. If y'all didn't see it, if y'all did not go to this show and y'all didn't see how big this thing is, it literally. Let me explain it. Like, let's say the stage is this big. It was like almost couldn't fit in the stage. It took up the entire stage, and Kendrick just went about his business without explaining anything. He is so unbothered and likes to keep us guessing. I'm telling you, he loves a little mental torture, analyzation. He wants us to be running past a bus on tour. He wants us to choke on lyrics, and he wants to keep us guessing. He's like, and I have some footage also of him talking about when I have to let me write that down. I have to upload when he talks about how people analyze his lyrics, and he's like, yeah, they be analyzing. He loves that. He loves when he goes when people go crazy. And so let me see what y'all saying. I don't have any answers for a lot of the GNX questions. We don't have any answers. He does things. He just drops a ball and just be like, all right, let me go about my day. But those are still answers that I have in my pending file. Since it's Savage, I see you producing documentaries and music videos. Thank you so much. Oh, I would love for it. I would live for it. I would live for being in a studio arranging music because I know what belongs. And I'm not an expert, but I know I'm like, yo, we need some little piano here. I need to, because I started doing it. The reason you like some of the songs and some of the songs is because I combined two or three songs and I'm editing and it's not so good. Sometimes you hear the choppy or the fade out. It's not. It's like a little sloppy, but I'm learning it and I know what belongs. And that's why when I mix like some good old fashioned songs that y'all love, and you're like, "Dang, you started the video with this, and then you put that." I think I did that with Angela Bofield, and y'all were like in y'all feelings. Y'all were loving that because I started with I forgot what song, one of Kendrick's song, and it matched right with her song for some reason. I know what belongs, so I would love to do documentaries. I could do that. I could work the hell out of a documentary. Thank you so much. I'm so great. It's something that I love to do so much because I know how to end. And one of my most successful videos that I put together was SZA and Kendrick's GNX tour. People have given me so many, they made me actually tear up. I was tearing up at home. I just gotta say that because the compliments I got on that, because I started off with the history of SZA. Where the hell did SZA come from? I answer questions so that you don't have to. I want to answer questions. How did this whole thing start? Where's the story? Where did SZA come from? How did she meet Kendrick? Why did Kendrick have this connection? What's going on? So I did that, and then towards the end, I put a review and that song from Babyface, and people literally in the comments were like, I cried at the end looking at their evolution. So I went back to from the beginning of how they met and all their best moments to the end, when I showed pictures of them being on stage. They were kids, literally teens, and then growing up in their 20s and 30s, different live together, and people with that song, with that baby face song. So I analyze stuff. Yes, I do. Kendrick knows his fans, analyze everything. If yes, and I am like Kendrick because I am like that naturally, and I want people to love, not like. Just like Baby Keem said in his interview, which we'll talk. This is the last topic. Baby Keem wants you to feel something. He literally said, I want you to feel something from my album. He said, if you hate it, fine, but that's passion and hate. So it's like, I hated it. It's too this, it's too that. He's like, I'd rather you hate it than feel nothing. And that's the same way I feel with my art and what I produce. And some of the stuff that I put, like the story of Kendrick, that I did that short or that video, if I don't use the music, if I don't use copyright music, I could make it longer, and that's why I make some like 3 minutes, 5 minutes. The story of Kendrick and how Two Biscuits, saved and and was part of creating the best rapper alive. So I treat stuff like documentaries because I love doing documentaries. I love it so much. I would love it. And pairing it with the music, that's a fantasy. That's like when you work in something that you love to do. It almost feels like a crime that I'm getting paid for it. So it's a privilege. It's an honor. I'm humble. So Baby Keem said a few important points in this interview. I felt bad because he said something funny about his grandma. He's like that she observes their performance and she was worried sick about that damn family ties and y'all jumping out stage. Have y'all seen Baby King jumping and Kendrick? I put that video of Kendrick having good knees. Y'all seen Kendrick? Yo, y'all try that. Because respectfully, I kind of did. I kind of tried it. Do a squat and just be like energetic and pretend you have a mic and then go bar for bar. So if he's doing that, he expects his fans to be just as overzealous, overly dedicated. He titled everything exactly who he is. So, um, so in one of the things, Baby King said that his grandma would analyze and give the cliff notes. He said exactly that of every performance. She said, okay, that damn family ties, tell Kendrick not to fall because he almost tripped. He almost fell and stopped chasing, because Baby King likes to chase Kendrick. He likes to be silly. They're so similar. They are two peas in a pod in that family. They were meant to be. They were two. Imagine two specials, two superstars coming out of one family. Lord have mercy. That family is gifted. So he reminisced about his grandma, and that was good memories. And he talked about that it was hard for him to he was going back and forth with all the pain and that yes, he was angry at his mom and he still has feelings that he's going through. Um, and he said he talked about the variety of music, because some of the songs sound like pop, and he said that's Baby Keem. That's who I am. I love if I put something out, just like when I put an artist out in a shorts, and you're like, why are you putting Jill Scott up here? Because I love Jill Scott. Why you have Wale? Because I love Wale, and I think that some of you that are deeply into romantic, sensual music, or just great lyrics, or neo soul and R&B or hip hop, you're gonna appreciate it, or somebody's gonna like it. Some of my shorts don't have too many views, and some of them just have 700 views, 1,000 views. It's like how? It's crazy. I would love for Kendrick's parents to do an interview, and they are so like to themselves, just like Kendrick, because they could have done a ton of interviews. Yeah, I would love for them to do an interview, but I'm also glad that they protected their family. Um, Kendrick's sister is an interesting character. Excuse me, and I've said that before. Excuse me. Kendrick's sister is an interesting character.
And I'm sure she's proud of being, you know, Kendrick's sister, and she's a great sister too as well. I just don't understand. I said, remember, I said the unpopular thoughts. I guess she's tired of posting Kendrick or whatever, because it's like, yo, your brother won 5 Grammys, and she's posting like some silly meme of God knows what else, a bunch of stuff. She posts a bunch of stuff. I'm like, what the hell is this? You know, and some of it is her working out and her family, and it's all good, but I don't know. She's like to herself. I think the whole family's like that. They like to themselves, like they don't, you know, say much. You know, I don't know. Um, Kendrick's parents' perspective of seeing their son become a global star. Kendrick has said, I upload so many things. I got 1.9 thousand, 1,900 uploads, 900 something uploads. And I think I uploaded something, or I will, where Kendrick said that his mom said he was different. His mom said that he was completely different. She said, "You're different." And she's been telling him that for years. Um, Baby Keem, who's this? Let's see. Hi, LC4181. Baby Keem interview so good. You can hear how very intelligent he is. He's engaging. He's a mini Kendrick, but taller. He's a mini Kendrick. He's so sweet. He's so free. I just want to hug him every single time I see him. Every time I upload, every time I see his smile, every time I just want to hug this boy. He is just so cute and sweet. Um, and he just wants to help everybody. Imagine a 20-something millionaire, and everybody's coming at you like, I need this, your uncle is broke, and coming at you. It's enough to drive you crazy, because you don't even know what to do with millions. Kendrick gives him great advice, though. But yeah, the interview was great. Something, do y'all remember anything else? Those of y'all that saw the interview, he was talking about the different styles. He said sonically, he doesn't get put in a box of genres. He will play with genres, and that is outrageously good because I love jazz. I may upload stuff that's jazzy or whatever. I love Terrace Martin. There's so much stuff I want to, you know, show ya. Um, she's a Navy wife. Yeah, she's a Navy. Maybe she doesn't want her husband to be constantly bothered by his shipmates. But she posts some things. She has like the wedding pictures and Kendrick holding, you know, his knees and, you know. But I get it. I understand. Um, yeah. So, but yeah, Baby Keem is so introspective. He's so articulate. He's so mindful. He thinks before he talks. Look at the difference again between Baby Keem and Jid. Jid is just like all like angry or just says silly things, and I don't know. He's just all over the place. I think he's very intelligent, way ahead of his years, Baby Keem. He has definitely gone through a spiritual awakening. He knows his purpose. What a blessing. I miss Marianne, if you're still here, we were talking about that. Um, recognizing your gifts. How many of us have wasted so many years not doing our gift or not doing something that is our passion? If you do your passion, you will be well off. You will be wealthy. That's the way that you can control the money, the income. And it's also something that you don't mind doing over and over and over because it's your passion. You would do it for free. So, for Baby Keem to discover his purpose, thank goodness he didn't have 40 years of, you know, suffering, or he's okay now. He's, you know, now he just has to battle his mind and make sure that he stays, that he's given the strength to go on, and with the loss of his grandma and everything, that he stays rooted and grounded. But I think he will. He has such a team behind him. Besides Kendrick, he has a lot of father figures, a lot of male positive energies. So that interview, I can't upload the whole thing because of copyrights, but I just uploaded a few things. Um, he's such a sweetheart. Just check that out. And he was in New York City at the time, so I think that's when he popped out. So check that out. Yeah, he keeps pop. By the way, Baby Keem, you know, Thursday. He said, what did he say? Um, on Thursday you gonna meet Baby Keem. Well, guess what, folks? He's been popping out every Thursday. It's been not every Thursday, on Thursdays. The New York City stuff was Thursday. This pop out was Thursday. He is doing the same thing that Kendrick does, and his lyrics are not in vain. He keeps popping out. On Thursday, you gonna see Baby King. So Miss Lachelle and everybody else, let's just keep Thursdays open, man. Thursdays in a jar that says Baby King. You know, a little GoFundMe for my concerts, or just like a piggy bank, like just put money in the jar, just put money aside, and just in your head whatever you got in the bank, it's like, yo, I'm gonna need, because I gotta do that again. I gotta hustle hard and make sure I got enough, because these people gonna keep me on the edge of my seat. This is like an action movie that they put us in, that we didn't ask to be in, but we love it anyways. So I'm in the middle of an action film, the filming of an action movie. It's like, yo, can y'all make it to Fiji in 3 hours? Yeah, I'm gonna show up there. So that's what they're doing. They're doing, and they're great shows. Baby King better give my baby girl her autograph before I cause a ruckus up in that show. I'll back you up. Find me. I'll back you the hell up. You know, we gonna something's gonna happen, and I'll be like, Baby King, while you're at it, you already got the pen and the hand ready. Yeah, just sign these 5 merch. Um, you know, so we gotta get it, and I'll be like, show your cousin Sister Savage page. Show it. We love him. We love him. This is a community. As I'm being hauled away, ever so gently by Big Mo. I'll be like, I'm the one that says nice things, and you answer my messages. Yeah. So it's like, remember me? Smack. You like my post, and so it won't be such a bad ruckus. So they could, take it easy. I'm gonna have to be 2 phones, says the savage. Like a phone to show, like, look, this is a community that loves you, and it's like a phone to record another thing, or a small camera to record. So it's like, look, this is the proof we love you. I respect you, and I don't show you in a negative light. F them haters. Drake burn slow. J. Cole can follow him, with him in a chariot of fire, straight to you know where, and do whatever they do, or go to the center of the earth and figure out if Tootsie Rolls in the middle. Just let me know. So we definitely got to do that. So finally, just the there's more sold out shows. April, the concert officially starts, but I know Baby Keem is uneasy, is on edge, because he's like, oh, April can't come soon enough, because I know what he's thinking. You don't want to lose the interest of the people. You want to keep people like, because people are so forgetful in the social media era. They need overstimulation. So I think that's the reason they're doing this rollout like that, and also because Baby Keem is like a young kid, a young guy. So I'll let you guys know anything that gets announced. I've been letting you guys know as soon as I find out, but I be busy in my day. I be out and about, and then it's like, if I don't check my social media, it's like, oh, y'all gotta. By the time I posted, like the New York City thing, I posted it when it was only 3 hours. They gave us 6 hours warning, but I was like, damn. By the time I saw it and everything, I was like, yo, y'all got 3 hours, community. I don't know. Somebody said they went. They were able to get tickets. I wasn't able to get tickets, because as soon as I found out, I was like, man, it was sold out. It's beyond sold out. So yeah, so that's basically everything that I have. Smack was threatening Drake with that snippet. He's like, I'll crap out of him, and saying that he can't come to LA. He can't come nowhere, because they're gonna check for him. They said, we're gonna check for him. And I like that. He's like a crash out dummy. He's like, act first, think later when it comes to Kendrick. You don't play about Kendrick. Every time Smack is doing silly things and doing silly pranks and stunts, but when you say, oh, somebody is coming at Kendrick, his whole face changes. He's adorable because he's like, he gets that face and he's like, what? Where do I have to be? It's like, man, he'll go to jail for Kendrick, respectfully. Yes, please keep us updated on anything Kendrick or Baby Keem. I need help, y'all. I wish we knew each other in person, cause I need help. I drive people crazy asking them to, yo, research this for me. Yo, check this out. You know, edit this. Help me with this edit. Like, cause I want to put up way more than my hand allows. I be putting my hand in ice. Y'all don't know that. I'll be like, I'm tired of editing, but I want to put out much more than. And as you can see, I have a lot of stuff that I put up, but I'll be putting stuff up. So, um, as much as I can, because in my head, I'm like, I gotta do, um, unreleased music. I gotta do this. I gotta do behind the scenes. I got the subscribers. I got this. I got edits, and then I gotta react. Cause like I said, not every reactor does edits. Some do. Shout out to the people that do. So there's so many, and I'm happy because they keep me. At one point or another, I was like, "Dang, I might run out of content or what the heck." When the GNX tour ended, excuse me, I had that concern. I was like, "Man, I have a lot of Kendrick content. Don't get me wrong, but I was like, dang." What am I gonna talk about? Well, people be doing so many stupid things. There's so much hip hop news and stuff that I didn't even cover. If you know, you know that it's like, yo, they keep us busy. I literally have notebooks and stuff, that look, and stuff, that I have several notebooks. I have ideas and things that I have to upload, and I keep jotting stuff down. I got so many lists, and then when I do, I may have like 50 ideas that I have written down, like a list crazy long, and then I'm like, okay, I did 12. So I'm kind of organized confusion, got you, just let me know. Yeah, but I'll let you know. Trust me. I'm stalking these pages and talking to people, because stalking is not enough for me. I'm overzealous and over dedicated. I'm still in connection with some of the dancers. I'm like, yo, this and that. Okay, who's connected to Kendrick? Who's doing this? Like, just for me to get information. I do several things. I'm on several platforms. Shout out to the people that be following me everywhere. But I don't do too much in the platforms. I do upload some of the videos that I have, but I'm more there just to see, stay abreast to the situations. But anything that Kendrick or whatever time of day, I'm just gonna upload. You know me, I'm not shy about uploading at 3 in the morning. It's 3 o'clock somewhere. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Let me put the membership information again. Um, and my information. Hit the like button. Let me join the membership. I try to upload and make it a value. So here's my information. If you want to support the channel, um, I try to, just upload, and some of the stuff I upload, the members are really enjoying it. Thank you so much, and for the compliments. And they're like, "What? Where'd you get this from? What happened? How you put this together?" I be trying to be the documentary style. That's why y'all see some of the stuff you like. You can't find everywhere, because it's like, okay, this was like a mashup of like me researching and putting everything together. So I have pictures and files, like, okay, like it's organized. I have 8,000 images. Over 8,000 in videos, hundreds of videos and stuff. So I have a lot. I have access to a lot, thank God, and a lot of oldies, stuff that you probably not gonna see that many places. And some stuff, it is online, but I try to give you great content. But thank you for being here. Salute. Enjoy. I hope you enjoyed our time. I'm gonna try to be live as much as I can, either on a Friday or Saturday every week, because it builds up. There's so much that happens. And when the tours start, I'm definitely going to be talking about the tour. I'm going to try to do some behind the scenes of the shows that I attend with Baby Keem. and I'll keep you informed. And thanks again for your support. Like, subscribe, share, hype the video. Those of you that can hype, because some people cannot hype the video, and we'll see you next time. Um, Thank you again.